Hey everyone, it's Julie. Today we'll be making chocolate cheesecake cupcakes. Those raspberries are only there to make these look cute, because trust me, without those raspberries, these are pretty ugly. So no raspberries in the recipe, just chocolate and cheesecake. Trust me, that's enough. Made into a cupcake. These were outrageously good, so let's get started. So let's prepare the cheesecake batter first. You want to take a block of softened cream cheese. That's about 8 ounces, well, not about, it is 8 ounces. Add in some sugar. Don't be silly and use a spatula. Use a whisk. I usually grab whatever I see first though. Add in an egg. Give everything a mix. You can certainly use a stand mixer or a handheld mixer instead, but I just did it by hand. Look at that, I still had to switch to a whisk. Two things to wash now. If only I had grabbed a whisk from the beginning. So set this aside and now let's get started on our cupcakes. So for the dry ingredients, you need some all-purpose flour, some cocoa powder, baking soda, and salt. Give everything a whisk. You can sift everything if you like, especially the cocoa powder to get out all the lumps, but guess where my sifter was? In the dishwasher. But the whisk is fine. It will break apart most of the lumps. Now you want to take a stick of unsalted butter, softened, and mix it until it's nice and creamy. Add in the brown and white sugar. The brown sugar is delicious in chocolate cupcakes. A splash of vanilla extract and some melted chocolate. Make sure the melted chocolate is cooled a bit. You don't really want to melt the butter. And I like to mix the butter and sugar for about a minute before adding in the chocolate. I added in some sour cream that's going to help the chocolate cupcakes become really moist. Go ahead and add 2 eggs. I like to add in the eggs one by one. I gave everything a mix for about a minute and then I added in the dry ingredients. I actually added in half of the dry ingredients, then I added in all of the buttermilk. Then I added in the remaining dry ingredients. The reason I like to start with the dry and finish with the dry is because it prevents the batter from curdling, if that makes sense. Okay, I mixed it for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then this is the batter you end up with. Now, I will say that if you love chocolates, you will love these cupcakes because these are very chocolatey, and I love chocolate. This recipe makes about 12 cupcakes. I added about half a scoop of batter. Then I added in some cheesecake batter with a little mini scoop and then added the remaining scoop of the chocolate batter. I'm pretty sure there is a much easier way of doing this, but this is how I did it. Now I wanted to cover the cheesecake part, so I took a spatula and spread the chocolate on top. The reason I wanted the cheesecake to stay in the center was because if it mixes around too much with the chocolate overpowers the cheesecake. If the cheesecake stays in the center, when you bite into the cupcake, you bite into a nice chunk of cheesecake, and that's what you want. But I did take a skewer and mix a couple in the back. Now we're going to make our chocolate ganache. What I did was pour some semi-sweet chocolate chips and some heavy cream over a double boiler. About 5-7 minutes later, I gave everything a mix. And in case you don't know what a double boiler is, it's a saucepan with about 3 inches of water and a heat-proof bowl on top. So basically the chocolate will melt with the steam of the water. Make sure the water doesn't touch the bowl or your chocolate can burn. The chocolate ganache took about 7 minutes to cook in total. It looks perfect. And now we're just going to dip our chocolate cheesecake cupcakes into the chocolate ganache. Make sure the cupcakes are cooled, but you want the ganache to be nice and warm. I didn't like how they looked at this point, so I popped some raspberries on top. Now, I know these have cheesecake inside, but don't put these in the fridge. They will dry out. I personally hate cold cupcakes, but there are some people who enjoy cold cake. There are even people who like cold pizza. My uncle is one of them. I will never understand it. These look gorgeous, by the way. But if you want to place these in the fridge, you could. I wouldn't. And you want them to be completely at room temperature when you eat them. I took a bite about 5 minutes after frosting them. They were still kind of warm, not too good. About an hour later, they were completely cooled and I tried another bite and thought, why did I only make 12? I'm joking. I can't eat 12 cupcakes, but these were so good after they cooled completely. Really hope you guys give this recipe a try. You can even play around with the recipe and add some chopped up raspberries to the cheesecake batter if you like. Whatever you do, just make these. Let me know how you like them. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you all so much for watching.